Okay guys, today today we're gonna learn a new topic. It's about multiplication in decimals. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to divide a decimal with a whole number. So we're gonna start slow. Dividing a decimal with a whole number is actually quite simple. Before that, I'd like to recap with you how you should divide a 2-digit number with 1-digit number. So let me start with a simple number. So if I have 15 multiplied by 3. Okay, by the side here, or I just do it here, I have to write down my my algorithm this way: 15 times 3. So the first thing that I multiply will be 5 times 3. What is 5 times 3? 5 times 3 is 15. So I have to put, because I cannot put 15 here, I need to regroup 5 and 1 here. 3 times 1, the next one I will do is 3 times 1, it gives me 3, and I have to plus 1, which is 4. So my answer here is 45. Okay, I repeat again. The first thing I'll do is I'll take the 1's place, multiply by 3, which is 5 times 3. 5 times 3 gives me 15. However, I cannot write down 15 here, so I need to regroup and rewrite. So instead of writing 15 here, I put 5 and I put 1 here. This is tens. Next, I'll take 1 times 3, which will give me 3. This one here is actually tens. Tens. So 1 tens times 3 is actually 10 times 3. 1 tens times 3 is 10 times 3. You should get 30. Okay, but to simplify, we will just take 3 times 1, it becomes 3. And then we just add another 1, become 4. So final answer here will be 4, is 45. Okay, this is just a short recap. You guys should know how to multiply a 2-digit by a single digit. Okay, so from here, we can take 1.5 multiplied by 3. So 1.5 times 3 will look like this. Notice that they are similar. However, there is a decimal point here, and I want you to take note of the decimal place. So right here is 1 decimal place. Okay, just to tell you there's 1 decimal place. So the steps are still the same. You will just ignore the decimal point for now. So you will do this as if it is 15 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. You carry 1. Then 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So we do exactly the same. However, we need to take note there is 1 decimal place here. So instead of 45, we need to place 1 decimal place. So 1 decimal place will be here. 1 skip 1. So instead of 45, the answer is 4.5. Okay, let's do another example here. 0.5 multiplied by 3. So the first thing that I'll do is I need to make sure I have 1 decimal place. I need to remember it's 1 decimal place. Okay, I need to remember. So I'll take 5 times 3 will give me 15. So I cannot write the 15 here. I'll write it as 5 and I carry 1. Next is I'll take 0 times 3. 0 times 3. 0 times 3 is actually 0, and then I need to add plus 1, which is 1. So I put 1 here. Since there's only 1 decimal place, I jump 1 time. So the answer here is actually 1.5. Okay, let's try some more practice. What is 0.75 multiplied by 3? So it's still the same. 0.75 multiplied by 3. And I take note, how many decimal places do I have here? I have 2 decimal places. So I must take note, okay, at the end of the day when I get the answer, it will be 2 decimal places. So the first step is to take 5 times 3. 5 times 3, it will give me 15. So 5 here, carry 1. Next, take 7 times 3. 7 times 3 gives me 21, but I need to rewrite this part here at the top. So 21 plus 1, I will have 22. So again, I put 2 here and I carry 2 to the next side. So I regroup and rewrite. So next, I'll take 0 times 3. 0 times 3 is definitely 0. And because there's 2 at the top, I need to add, and I get 2 here. So it's 2, 2, 5. What's next? I need to take note of my 2 decimal place. So this is 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place. So my decimal point should be here. And my answer will read as 2.25. Do you need more practices? Let's try something that's easy and we try to work out as we go along. Okay, let's try with this. 0.3 times 2. Okay, now you tell me what we should do. What's the first step? First step is we need to write this down in the multiplication algorithm together with the decimal point. So what do I do next after this? I need to take note of how many decimal places I have, and for this case I have 1 decimal place. Okay. Next, I'll take 3, multiply it by 2, I will get 6. What's next? 0 multiplied by 2, I get 0. So what's next after this? Because I have 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place should be here. From here I skip ones and I get 0.6 as my answer. So, do you manage to get it? Well done. Let's try further practice. Now, if I have 3 times 6.35. This is a challenging practice, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to do it. If I have 6.35, do I write my algorithm this way? 3 times 6.35 or 6.35 times 3? I shouldn't be doing this way. Okay? This is a better way to do it. So regardless of where the decimal is, whether it's the front decimal or it's the second number is a decimal, we always put a decimal at the top. Okay, this is for simplicity's sake. Okay, what's next? Do you remember? Yes, you need to make sure the number of decimal places I have. So in this case, I will know it's 2 decimal place, so I'll take note. I'll just write down one side, 2 decimal place. Now I'll take 5 times 3, it will give me 15. In 5, I carry up 1 here. 3 times 3 is 9. And what's next? Do I just straight away write 9 here? No, I don't. I need to add 1. Give me 10. Okay, again, I cannot put 2 digits. So put 0 here and I put 1 here. And lastly, I'll take 6 times 3. Gives me 18. Then 18 plus 1 to give me 19. And I just write 19 here. Is this my final answer? It is not, because I need to make sure of these 2 decimal places. Okay, so how do I make sure these 2 decimal places? I need to skip 1 time, 2 times, and this is where I place my decimal point. So the answer here is 19.05. Are you ready for more practice? Let's try it. 4.08 multiplied by 6. Okay, so this should be automatic for you. 8 times 6 Yes, 48. 8 carry up to 4. Very good. Next step is 0 times 6. That is 0. 0 plus 4 gives you 4. So we write down the 4 here. I'm waiting for you. What is next? 4 times 6. 24. And since there's no number here, 24, I just write it here like that. And is this my final answer? Because I missed out one step. Do you know what did I miss out? Yes, I forgotten to write down, to take note of my decimal place. If I did not write down my 2 decimal place, I wouldn't know that I have to put a 2 decimal place here. So I'll just leave this as my answer, which is wrong. So this step is very important, and I am glad that you remembered to write down the 2 decimal place. So in this case, jump twice. So the answer here is 24.48. Do you manage to get the answer? That's great. I think you have learned a lot. Let's practice in your textbook. You can turn to your textbook, page 36. And you can try question 2 and question 4 by yourself. Or you can head on to the worksheet. Click on the worksheet on the website and try yourself. Remember to check your answers every time you do one question. Alright? You can also use a calculator to help you check for the answers. Okay? So have fun and good luck.